Hi guys, it's October 15th, so it's one day after I uploaded my mid-October update. So I'm hoping to kind of have you follow along with me and see if I get any worthwhile stitching done in a month, and maybe I'll be able to bring you an update a little bit sooner than I usually do. So what I'm working on, what I worked on last night and a little bit this morning, is autumn leaves, which you just well, you didn't just see it, but in my mid-October update I had done a little bit of that, and last night and this morning I did a little bit more. So you can see I stitched a little, one of the leaves, and is that going to focus? The bird's head there, the blackbird's head, and then over on this side, okay, sorry, over on this side right here, okay, because my face has a prop here. Okay, sorry. Right there is where the house is going to go. So I hope to stitch on that today. And if I don't get it done today, I most likely will get it done tonight during the Avalanche game, because hockey starts today. Yay! Opening night for Colorado Avalanche, and I'm looking forward to that because I always get a lot of stitching done during hockey season because I like to stitch during the games. So that is what my plan is, and I'll check in with you. I don't know how often I'll check in, if it'll be probably not a daily update, but maybe in a few days when I have something to show. I don't know what else I'm going to work on besides this one for now. We'll just kind of see what project kind of calls to me, and we'll see how that goes. But that's it for now. I'm going to get some stitching done, and I hope that whatever you guys are doing, you're having a good day and getting some stitching done yourselves. Alright, talk to you later. Bye. Okay, well, we'll start with the stitching that I did first. And I got the house done, but I sort of made a mistake on the house, and I had made the bottom a little bit too longer, and then when I went up to the top and came down, I realized then it had kind of these extra stitches, and that was just going to be a pain to undo, so I just made the house asymmetrical, and I think it's fine. I can live with it. My stitches don't look great though. I really was having an issue keeping my stitches. You can see some of those stitches just look really wonky. You know, right, I'll get something to point with here. You know, like that stitch, some of those right there. I don't know. This one over here, you know, these look okay. Over here, these look pretty good. But some of these lighter color ones, it's kind of like white, you know, even though that's gray. I have a hard time stitching with white too. But I don't know. Maybe I need to try Vonna's technique of, I don't know if any of you have seen her video where she shows an interesting technique where she doesn't turn the needle. She actually comes up through the backside with the eye of the needle instead. It's really interesting, and maybe I ought to try that because she says apparently it can keep your stitches from twisting. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give that a try and see if I fare any better with that. But that's what I've gotten done today, and I think it looks pretty cool. Okay, so now we're going to do this. I'm going to need, actually, I don't know if I can do this with, can I make it through? Okay. I can probably pick you up again. Let's try this. Sorry for making everybody just completely seasick. Alright, cardboard. Ooh, I see orange fabric. Hi guys, it's been 24 hours since that little clip that I just did, and I need to apologize because the unboxing was an epic fail. I didn't get set up ahead of time and realized that I needed to use two hands, and then by the time I was messing with my camera, husband and boys came home, and then my living room became Grand Central Station, and that was the end of that. So I never finished it. So you don't get to see my initial reaction, but I will continue with that today. But since it has been 24 hours, this is the progress that I got done the rest of the day yesterday, I did watch the Avalanche game and season opener, and they won, so yay, go Avs. I did some stitching during the game, and then I woke up early this morning and did some. Let's see, so yeah, I finished up the asymmetrical house and then did the bird and the rest of the tree. So the tree is finished, so I just need to do the leaves and then start some of the words, and then I'll move on down to the other big black bird at the bottom, which will take a while. But going pretty smooth, and that's about all there is to say about that. I feel like there was something I was going to talk about this pattern, but I don't remember. I don't really like the L, how it's kind of split like that. I was just going to make it one line, but I don't know. I have to change the wording a little bit too. When I get to that part, I'll explain why. Place one of the words, move one of the words in a different place. But anyway, for now, yeah, that's it. So, okay, on to the haul. So this is the first piece of fabric that showed up in the haul, and it's just a little sample because I have some Halloween designs that I always think would look nice on orange. So I thought, well, I'm going to just try an orange piece of fabric. So this is 32 count pumpkin, and it's only an 8x12, so it's pretty small. So I think that's Belfast linen. I think all of these are Belfast linen. So that's the first one I got. This one here is Ancient, which I really like. I don't know what I'm going to use it on yet, but and that looks pretty true to color. Sort of got some blue splotches mixed in. I've seen somebody show this on several people I think show this on their channel, and did I say it was called Ancient? Yes. So 32 count Ancient, and then the third one I got was this one here, another small piece, and that is called Mirage. And that one's 28 count. So, that doesn't look like, what does that look like? Does that look like Lugana, guys? I think it's Lugana. I think it says on my receipt. So that's one thing. The other thing that I got, I threw this kit in because I'm going to make this for my mother-in-law. I'm going to stitch this. She loves dragonflies, and I don't usually stitch anything for anybody. I'm extremely selfish with that because I know I've heard other people say this, and I feel the same way. I don't think anybody I know would appreciate a handmade stitched gift except probably my mom, because, moms, they love everything you make handmade and they would appreciate it. But my mom she has so many things in her house, and I've made her a lot of things over the years, and I think my mother-in-law would appreciate something handmade. So, and she loves dragonflies. And this looks really easy, right? I'm going to stitch that up in no time. Is that half stitches? I can't tell if those are half stitches or... But anyway, yeah, it's like none of the background stitch. I mean, really, that does look really easy. And those are some French knots there, looks like. Some little French knots. Not too scary. That's just really cute. I think I've seen this kit 100 times. Yeah, it is. You see a kit so many times and it doesn't do anything. You don't think anything of it. You don't think anything of it. You don't think anything of it. And then you're shopping sometime and you're like, oh, I really like that. I'm going to get that. So, I don't know. Tastes always change. The last thing that I got that I'm really excited about in this haul, actually, no, I'm going to save that for last. So, that's all that came yesterday except for the thing I'm going to show you at the end. But I forgot in my update video that I did have 2 other items of haul to show that I completely forgot about. And there are 2 more dimensions kits. And it's funny. They were just on my wish list, and I put them on my wish list quite a while ago. I think I was signed in as my husband on Amazon when I put a wish list, so they were technically on his wish list. I don't really know how it was. I forgot about these kits. I put them on a long time ago, and they're kits that I just more wanted to remember and not forget about them because they were cute, and I thought, oh, yeah, I need to remember those. Just, I wanted them in my wish list so I wouldn't forget about them, not necessarily because I wanted to buy them. Well, sometime in August, I think it was, my husband just said, oh, your kits are going to be here Wednesday or something. And I said, well, what kits are you talking about? And he said, the ones you put in the cart. And I said, well, I didn't put any kits in the cart. And he said, well, there were some kits in the cart. And he said, I just added them to the stuff I was getting. And I said, oh, that's really weird. I didn't do that. And he said, well, I didn't put him in the cart either. So anyway, I don't really know what happened, but somehow they fell from his wish list to his cart. He swears he didn't do it. And I know I didn't do it. So anyway, these are them. Everybody's seen these. They've been around forever. Afternoon in Province. I think what really got me is that pink bike. Oh my gosh, I love that pink bike. And that door. I love doors. And those birds. The little bird and the butterfly. I mean, that is really cute. So, I'll start with that one. Yeah, is there two of them here? Yeah, I think there are two of them. I don't think they're together. But anyway, yes. I love that too. I mean, I really do love this. It was just one of those things that, well, yes, I'd like to stitch it, but I wasn't in a hurry for it. And then this one, of course, anybody that knows me knows that this is right up my alley. So there's no doubt I'm the one that put it on my wish list. So I really do love this. I love that sled. I love old kind of distressed things like that. So anyway, yes, 2 more kits added to my kit that just accidentally got in there. Nobody really knows why. I'm blaming it on Amazon. Somebody didn't know what they were doing, and I ended up benefiting from it. So I'm not complaining. Okay, the last and final thing that I got is thinking ahead for January. Okay, so I haven't finished Gigi yet. As a matter of fact, I think I might have said in my last clip that I haven't even touched her, except she's in my bag, so I move her out of the way to look for my other things. And I really, really, really need to get to the beading. That's all she has left is the beading. And I want to do that before January because I want to start another memorabilia. So this is the one I have decided upon. Dun, dun, dun. I love, love, love this. It's not too difficult. And I have, way before I ever got Gigi, I always said if I ever did stitch a memorabilia, this would be the one that I would stitch. I just love this. I love the whole scene of it. The pumpkins. The only problem I have is that I just don't know if I could wait until January to start it. So, I don't know, guys. That may get started before. I didn't buy any fabric though, but I did want to have the pattern. And let's see, the beads are around here somewhere. It only calls for these beads. That's it. 1 color beads, no Krennic sparklies or anything like that. And what do you think, guys? She only has a small amount of skin just right there on her face. I may try 1/1 and see what that's all about. Because see, her hands are covered, her feet, her legs are covered all the way. So, yep, she shouldn't even have neck showing, anything. Just her skin. I think that might be a good start for 1/1. I think I can manage that. So, that's going to be my plan. Anyway, so what is it, October 16th today? Yeah, I've got a lot more stitching I need to do this year. You know what I need to do, guys? I need to put this one away that I've been working on and get out my October bird, because I haven't even really done anything on that yet, and it's the middle of the month, and I've been staying pretty caught up with those all year long. So I think I'm going to put this away and start that a little bit this afternoon. And that's it. So sorry about that little glitch in the whole epic fail with the unboxing, but it all worked out in the end anyway. So I think that's all I have to say now. It's Sunday evening, so I might get some stitching done today, but then we have, the week starts up tomorrow, and I don't know how much I'll get done, so I may not have another update until maybe the end of the week. So, all right, guys. Well, happy stitching. Hope you're having a good day. Talk to you later. Bye. Hi guys, well, it's been 1 week since we last talked, and it's now the weekend, so it's October 22nd today, and I'm going to do I signed up for the weekend stitch-a-thon for the Cross Stitch and Discuss Facebook group. So my starting point for this weekend is going to be here. Well, actually, I think I did get a little bit of stitching done. I think Monday, Tuesday night, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday got no stitching done at all because we had a Halloween birthday party to go to last night, the 21st, And I'm sure by the time this video comes out, you'll have seen all my plethora of Halloween pictures on Instagram. So yeah, we spent the last 3 days pretty much raiding the Halloween stores and getting our costumes together, me and the boys, and I love Halloween. It's so fun, and the party was so much fun, and it's still 9 days till Halloween, so I'm going to work on decorating the porch this week and carving pumpkins, and we already went to the pumpkin patch, so I just love Halloween. It's so fun. But before I do any stitching, I have to take care of these leaves back here. It's not too bad. There's still a lot that need to fall, but I'm going to take care of the leaves in the yard here. And after I did it last weekend, I had such an allergy attack after I did the leaves that I'm going to wear a mask this time. And I borrowed one of my husband's dust masks, so I'm hoping that's going to protect me from whatever it was that gave me a severe allergy attack. I think my brother was saying it might be the mold. I don't know, but I had to take Benadryl for a few days, which made me very tired, and I don't want to have to do that again. So anyway, I'll check in and let you know how much stitching I get done this weekend. There's another Avalanche game tonight, so I'm planning on doing some stitching then. We have a new coach, and so far our team's doing great. We've won 3 out of 4 games so far, so woo, go Avs. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Hi guys, it's Wednesday evening, October 25th, and it's been kind of a rough few days since we last talked. You can probably see the bags under my eyes. I'm looking very tired, lacking some sleep. We last talked, it was Saturday, and I was getting ready to rake the leaves, mow the lawn, and then I was going to do some stitching on my October bird for the weekend stitch-a-thon for the Cross Stitch and Discuss Facebook group. So the day got busy, and I didn't put a single stitch in until probably after 10:30 p.m. And that was after we had started a movie. We were watching a movie, family movie night, and I fell asleep for the first part of the movie. Then I made myself a cup of coffee and decided to stitch, and I did some stitching. I don't feel like I made a lot of progress, but I just didn't feel like I had that much more to do on the bird. It goes pretty quick, but I didn't make that much progress. I can't really remember how much I did that night, but went to bed, and then oh yeah, I should probably say on Friday, my husband had started to feel kind of like he might be getting a little infection in his eye, and he's had one before, so he kind of was keeping an eye on it, thinking that, you know, it might take a turn for the worse. So he woke me up Sunday morning at about, I don't know what time it was probably about 3 a.m. and said that he was going to go to the emergency room because he felt his eye was getting worse, and you don't really want to mess with infections in your eye. So instead of going to the hospital emergency room, they just recently opened up a new one in our neighborhood, and yeah, surprisingly enough, he was there and back in under an hour, so that's pretty good for an emergency room. So yes, they did say that he had an infection in his eye. It was kind of the start of a cellulitis, which is not good news. And they gave him some antibiotics and some eye drops to put in. So yeah, that kind of obviously disrupted our sleep a little bit that night. So I woke up Sunday morning and I wanted to do some stitching, but my older son told me he wasn't feeling good, and he started throwing up and ended up throwing up pretty consistently until about 2 p.m. So my husband had the eye infection, and my son was sick, and so we just decided to take it easy that day. We watched some Halloween movies. I think we watched Nanny McPhee, and because Riley, none of his friends were around, so he just took the opportunity. We just kind of hung out. So I did some stitching off and on, here and there, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and I did get my autumn bird done. Right there. Cedar waxwing. So ended up being really cute. Yeah, it was kind of deceivingly more into those pine needles and leaves than it seemed in the back stitching. But, you know, overall, these go really quick. I mean, you know, this doesn't take that long to stitch them. So it is now the 25th, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to do some more Halloween stitching, if I want to start another project and get one more Halloween small done before Halloween, and I have decided I think I might work on putting the beads in Gigi, because I started her in January, and I wanted to get her done by October, had 10 months, and now here Halloween is approaching and just a few days away, and do you think I can do it? Do you think I can do the beads? I don't know. We'll have to see. I've beaded Mill Hill kits, but I've never beaded a big project like this, so I have no idea how long it's going to take. She doesn't have a ton of beads, but I may do that for my Halloween stitching, so I'll check in with you. I don't suspect I'll get a lot done until the weekend. You know, I don't know, have been really tired, so I don't know how late I'm going to stay up and do some stitching, and if I did, I don't know if it would be Gigi, because I don't want to do that when I'm tired. So I'm going to check in a few days, and we'll see if I worked on Gigi or if I started a new Halloween small of some sort. But yeah, that's about all I have for you now, so see you next time I see ya. Bye. It must be Halloween. There's our jack-o'-lantern pizza. Get a picture of that. Wouldn't be Halloween without that. It's Halloween evening, and my boys are out trick-or-treating right now, and I'm handing out candy to the trick-or-treaters, which seems to be slowing down a little bit now. We've had quite a few, so I was going to put some footage of our porch that I decorated. I like to decorate it because we get quite a few trick-or-treaters. So I never picked up Gigi. I was going to pick her up and work on her and do the beading, but I never did. Because when I sat down to do it, I didn't have my beading needle sitting next to me, and as I was digging through it, I found my fall, the other one that I was doing the dark October. Okay, I'm slurring my words. I had a beer. So anyway, I'll turn you over and show you the one that I've been working on for the last few days, and show you what I've accomplished so far as I'm drinking beer and stitching, and handing out candy to trick-or-treaters. And when my boys come back, I'm going to eat some candy too, because my son has a peanut allergy, and we have to take a lot of candy away from him after he gets home and replace it with stuff that he can eat, but he still likes to trick-or-treat. So anyway, I'll turn you over and show you what I've done the last couple of days. Okay, bye. Okay, this is the project that I started for one of my Crazy 7 starts, and I did a lot since you last saw it. Actually, the lighting's not that good right now. And I changed it a little bit. I changed the font, the color for the lettering. It was all supposed to be this dark red, and I ended up changing it, and I have completed quite a bit of this. Actually, the only thing I have left are a few leaves and the fence that the bird is on, and the bird. So I've gotten quite a bit done on that. So I'm just going to continue working on that, but tomorrow is November 1st, and I want to get out Glory of Autumn, so I'm going to be working on that, and I really would like to put some beads in Gigi, so I'm hoping to do that too soon. So anyway, I see some trick-or-treaters coming up, so I'm going to let you go. Bye. Wow.
Mr. Goodbye.
Look at all that candy.
Mr. Goodbye.
That looks good. So how long were you guys out?
Like 2 hours.
Was it that long?
Yeah, because they went out just before 7.
Look at that.
Big
Look at all that candy.
Right.
My gosh. There's some
Yay,
good
the
stuff in it.
fish sweet.
Yeah, and somebody's really generous. Hi guys. It's Tuesday. No, I'm wrong. It's Wednesday. The 2nd. Let's see. Yes, Monday was the 31st. Tuesday. Yesterday was the day after Halloween. Today's 2 days after Halloween. Raise your hand if you rated your kids' trick-or-treat candy. I did. I don't go too crazy on the candy just because it makes me feel horrible, so that kind of is my built-in mechanism to keep me from overindulging, but it's there. We got 2 big bags of candy. Oh my gosh, my kids, they brought home so much candy from trick-or-treating. But yeah, diabetes in a bag right there, I tell the kids. I'm like, you know you're not going to really eat all this, so... I don't know. Trick-or-treating's fun. We don't, and they don't eat it, you know. They'll you know, devour some candy this week, and then we'll start to taper it off, and eventually most of that will just kind of get forgotten about, and they'll munch on it throughout the year, and, you know, we'll put it in the freezer and just, you know, I'm telling you, that candy will last us a whole year. I went ahead and got myself a coffee. I think it's a few videos back when I said I was going to try and curb my Starbucks habit. Well, that hasn't happened yet. I'm still drinking it. I have a finish, guys. I finished. Let me grab it for you here. Okay, hold on. Right here. I finished, and I still don't. Oh, sorry. I guess it doesn't work to have my hand there. I finished this one. Right here. Whirling, twirling, copper and brown. Scarlet and gold, they blanket the ground. So that was one of my crazy 7 starts, and it was started out to be a dark October stitching, but as I started stitching it, it's really not all that dark. So it's my October stitching, but not dark October stitching. But I finished it. I made a few changes. All of the wording was supposed to be in this color right here, this dark red, and I ended up kind of just doing a multiple of colors. I took the colors of the leaves and you know, just made it kind of added a little bit more color, you know, made it look like more leaves falling, except in the form of words. So, and I put the date on it right down there in the corner. I don't know if that's really the best place for it. I might change it and put it in a more inconspicuous spot, but for now, it's there. And yeah, that bird, I finished it up last night. It was a lot of black. So, cute design. And I'm ready to move on to something else. So, it's November 2nd. So, I am going to pull out, pardon me one more time, this one. Okay. Switch hands again. I always remember, okay, Glory of Autumn. I never can remember if it's Autumn Glory or Glory of Autumn. So, Glory of Autumn. For anybody that's been following me along, I work on this. Sorry about all the crumpling. Doesn't sound loud to me, but I know. Okay, so you pull it out. Yeah, I'm so close to being done on this, guys. I'm going to finish it up this year. Yes, I have tape on my edges. Don't judge. Anyway, can you see that, guys? Can't really hold it up very well with one hand. Here. Tacky, I know. Here, just use my teeth. See that? Yeah. I don't have much to do, guys. I think I just have this corner right up here. A couple of trees. Oh gosh, I can never do this. This corner right up here is all I have left to do. And I've been backstitching as I go along, but this is so beautiful. I'm going to finish it this year because most of those leaves in the back up here are half stitches, so there's just not much left to do. So I'm excited to get that done. Maybe I'll actually even frame it. Yeah. I love that design. I'm sad to see it go. And I can just stare at it, but I'm going to really miss working on it. And other than that, so plans for the rest of November. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to obviously do my November bird, which I haven't haven't done much with that yet. I'm going to do the November bird. So finish this November bird. What was I going to do? I was thinking about doing the other one that I picked up on my vacation this summer. Let me try and hold this so I don't cover you. The one that I got at Grand Teton National Park. This is really, looks like a simple design that won't take long to do. It's just the wildflowers, and then I've got the little needle minder up there. But I may do that too. So I have very loose plans for this month. I'm going to keep my options open and kind of leave space in there for maybe starting something new. Maybe I'll work on a Christmas ornament, because I did see a few in the new ornament issue that I liked. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I still may tackle Gigi. I can't believe I haven't gotten that out yet. You know, I'm just stalling on that for some reason. I don't know. I don't think I'm intimidated by the beading, because I've done beading on Mill Hill kits, and, you know, it just doesn't look hard, and there's not a lot of beading. I think I'm stuck because I don't know what kind of thread I want to use. I hate nylon thread, but that really is what I should maybe use. I think that will look the best, but when I used to quilt, I used to hate when I had to do anything with nylon thread, so, I don't know. Yeah, I'm stalling on that, I guess, because maybe when it's around her skin, I should use, like, kind of the skin-colored thread for the background. I don't know. I just really need to sit down and start. I know once I start, I'll get it done, so really wanted to get her done by by Halloween, but that didn't happen. So, yeah, I'm just gonna keep my stitching plans just kind of loose this month and work on, just like I said, my priority will be Glory of Autumn and my Autumn Bird, and that's really the only priorities I have. If I get around to working on Gigi, I will. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to check in with you probably in a few days. I think I'm probably going to upload this maybe the middle of November, so you won't, I don't know, maybe the end. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do, but for now, yeah, that's about all I have to say today. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys in a few days or whenever I get around to it. Bye. Hi guys, it's Saturday afternoon, and I'm watching the Avalanche game. Earlier in my video, I was talking about how good they were doing, and now they're not doing so good anymore. So I'm hoping they're going to get their act together and start winning some games. Just a quick check-in to show you that I've been working on Autumn Glory of Autumn, and I think the last time I had a little bit of this tree done, and since then I finished this tree, did these two pine trees, this one, and filled in the rest of this here. So all I have left to do is I've got one more pretty dense tree that this is all pretty much half cross stitches, and this are going to be all full cross stitches of maybe 5 or 6 different colors. That's going to be another one of these trees here. And then some half stitches in light blue around there, and that's about it. So I'm very close to getting done with this, and I just love it. It's just really so beautiful. So I'm going to keep plugging away at that and finish watching the Avalanche game. I raked a bunch of leaves this morning, so I'm just going to sit and stitch a little bit. I feel like there was something I was going to say or tell you about, and I don't remember what it was. Nope, I'm just going to continue stitching with this, and that's my plan for today. So I'll check in when I get a little bit more done and show you. I'm sure I'll probably be done by the time we check in with this. So, all right, here I go. Talk to you later. Bye. Hope you guys are having a good stitchy day, a good stitchy Saturday. Talk to you later. Bye. I just remembered what I was going to say. It's daylight saving. We get to set the clocks back tonight. So guess what that means? An extra hour of stitching. I need to get this on video. Guys, it's an amazing moment. I'm getting ready to put my very last stitch into Glory of Autumn.
Oh, cool. How long can
Anybody want to watch?
I'm in the middle of a match, so can you not do it just yet?
How about you? You interested? You want to watch?
Sure.
Want to hold the camera for me?
Sure.
Okay. Right, you gonna watch or you want me to wait?
I would like you to
Turn it slowly. Okay. Can you zoom in right there?
Well,
I know. You want to watch?
I don't
wait. Don't be so moving. Don't move it so much. You'll make all my viewers sick.
Oh, you're gonna
To
post it?
I am. Can you see it right there?
Yeah.
That last stitch.
Amazing.
Okay, put it right here. Put it right here. Make sure it's in focus. Can you see it?
I think so.
Right, do you care?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Done.
Filming my last stitch.
Isn't
Okay,
that
you got
little
it.
white spot?
Yeah, hold it steady. Okay. Get back just a little bit. Am I still in focus?
Yeah.
Whoops. Okay. It's that little white spot. There's the half stitch. All right, and let's make it good. Come at the right spot. Amazing. Okay,
Glorious.
there it is. I'm going to wash it all up and film it in its full glory tomorrow. All right. Bye for now. Okay, guys, as promised, here is Glory of Autumn finished in all its glory. I washed it, ironed it, and so I put in my last stitch on November 7th, which was yesterday. November 6th, sorry, that was yesterday. Today's November 7th, the next day. And this is it. I just love it. Last time I checked, it's kind of interesting. I put it on Instagram when I was getting ready to finish the last part. I think when I showed it to you, I had the rest of this tree to finish. This right here, a little bit of this needed to be done, this, and then this tree. So these are full cross stitches here. This, well, I can zoom in a little bit here. You can see these are half cross stitches in various different, you know how dimensions are. They have, sometimes you do 5 or 6 strands and sometimes 1. So the background, those are just half stitches, so that went really quickly. These are mostly half stitches except for these really fat stitches here are like 5 strands of some blended threads. So yeah, it has a lot of texture, you know. Go, like I said, anywhere from 1 strand half cross stitch to, you know, 5. Oh yeah, I should mention, in case you're just joining my channel, if you're new to my channel, I'm not doing this, I didn't do this on the recommended fabric. It called for, I believe, a 14 count Ivory Aida, and I did it on an 18 count. So, some changes I made because 18 count is kind of hard to do 6 strands of floss, which is what some of these call for. Some of these background and different textures here called for up to 6 strands to do a half cross stitch in 6 strands, and that was just too thick. So I think the most I used, I don't think I ever used 5 strands. I think if it called for 5 strands, I used 4, and everything that called for 4 strands, I used 3, and so forth. And I think that that worked a little bit better for this. So I used light oatmeal, 18 count light oatmeal Aida by Charles Craft, and I think that's really the only change I made. So yeah, some of those stitches were, they look very fat. I mean, if I, yeah, and not all of them look, you know, when you're trying to do cross stitches with more than 2 strands even, they can get kind of messy, but you know, when you look close, but when you look far away, it's it makes a beautiful picture. So I try not to analyze each individual stitch too much. I am going to put the date, I think, right down here. I'm just going to put a little 2016. I think that'll be a kind of an inconspicuous spot for it. I was thinking right there, but I think it's better to have it maybe on an edge over here. So I am going to put this afternoon 2016 on there. And I think that's all I have to say. I am so happy that I backstitched this as I went along, because when I was done last night, actually before I did my last stitch, I stopped and I did the backstitching in this tree and the backstitching in that tree, and it only took me a few minutes because that's all I had left. Because you could see there's a lot of backstitching in this. You know, all of that. There's a lot in there. Yeah, I remember this over here was kind of challenging to do because these are kind of long stitches. And I had to do this fence quite a few times because I tried not to make the stitches so long, but when I didn't, it didn't look good. So I'm just gonna have to really be careful with those that they don't snag on anything however I finish this up. So, but in the long run, they just looked better being longer stitches like that. And that kind of, I think I had some issues with that up here too, but yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. I'm sad to see it come to an end because I loved working on it. Would it be weird to stitch it a second time? Not like I ever would, but I don't know. I just love it. Now I get to stare at it. So frame it or turn it into a cushion, I don't know. I'll probably frame it. So that's it. I think that's all I have to say about that. I had a little extra time after I finished this last night, so I started working on my November bird. Didn't get very much done, just a little bit of a branch, and I don't actually have it with me right now. So, oh yeah, I was getting ready to say that on Instagram. I posted it when I first pulled it out again, and still had all this part left to do. And gosh, within about 48 hours or so, I had like over 250 likes on it already. I don't think I've ever gotten that many hearts on a photo I've posted on Instagram. So, and it wasn't even a whole picture. I mean, I'm sure those of you that saw the picture, it was kind of just, I sort of just took a picture of this corner up here, and I was amazed. You know, this project, every time I bring it out or show it, it always elicits a positive response. I think everybody kind of just loves a good fall scene. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. So anyway, I'll check in with you again when I get a little bit more done on my November bird. And yep, that's about the only thing I have to say today. I did go drop off my ballot for the election tomorrow, so got that done. And not much else to say about that. So I'll check in with you in a few days. Talk to you later. Bye. Hi guys, it's November 9th. I got some stitching done on my bird of the month, November. I had a bit of this done already that I had worked on, but I did the rest of this stem here, and starting with, I'm not sure what these are because I don't have the picture in front of me. I just have a copy of the chart, so I think these are going to be just some leaves with a little bit of snow on it. They might be some pine cones, I'm not sure. I'll just have to see what they turn out to be as I'm stitching them. And then the bird this month is really small. It's a little tufted titmouse, and it's a tiny little bird that goes right there, and she's not going to take long to stitch up. So I should be getting this done sometime here. They stitch up quick. I'll probably, what is today? Today's Wednesday, the 9th, so the 11th is Veterans Day, so we have the day, my husband has the day off from work, and the boys don't have school that day, so we have a 3-day weekend, and I don't know what we're doing. I'm hoping to get some stitching in, but these stitch up quick, so I'm hoping to get that done. Not much else going on in the stitching world, although I did, when was it? Day before yesterday, when I went out to mail my ballot, the thrift store, there's a thrift store close to the city hall where I dropped off my ballot, and I just decided to check in there and see if there was any cross-stitch goodies. I don't usually ever find any. I think I've mentioned that in the past, but I don't usually go to this thrift store. So when I went there, I went in the back, and they had a whole bunch of craft magazines and books, and they were all just kind of a big mishmash, and I didn't see anything right off the bat, and then I started thumbing through stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, here's an old just cross-stitch magazine. Well, anyway, I filtered through all of it and found about 25 just cross-stitch magazines, old ones. I didn't actually look to see the years because I didn't have much time, so I just kind of put them all in a pile, and there were some leaflets, and among the leaflets there was a Precious Moments, which I never have been into Precious Moments stuff. I know there's some of you out there that do the Precious Moments and collect them, but I have never, those have never been anything I've ever been attracted to. So anyway, there was a Precious Moments leaflet by Leisure Art, and there were a couple of different ones with some mallards and a Christmas one, and probably the most exciting find there was the Paula Vonna season quilts for all seasons. They wanted just a couple bucks for that. So I piled everything up, and I thought, okay, I'm going to come back later this afternoon, and I'm going to, really thumb through these, because they wanted $2 for each of the old cross-stitch magazines, which at first glance I thought that seemed kind of expensive. I was thinking maybe 99 cents for a magazine, because gosh, it would cost me $50 to buy just those 25 magazines, and that just seems a little steep, especially because I don't usually find things in those old cross-stitch magazines. You know, that it looked like some of them, they're easily from the 90s, maybe, I don't even know if they were from the 80s, but there were definitely a lot of them look like they were from the 90s and stuff. So anyway, long story short, I put everything in a pile, and I just sort of tucked it away in the corner because I was going to come back and look through it and decide what I really wanted. So I was emailing another cross-stitcher friend of mine, and she had some patterns that she was trying to destash, and she was going to send them to me, and I told her I wanted to, you know, I found something at the thrift store that I thought she might be interested in because I know she likes to quilt, and I asked her if she had the Paul-a-thon Quilt for All Seasons because I already own that, a copy of that. That's why I didn't buy it at first glance, and she said, oh yeah, I'd love to have that, you know, if you want to pick it up for me. So I went back, and this was like just the next day, so this was yesterday that I went back. I mean, I don't think it even been 24 hours, and I went back to the corner. Somebody had cleaned and straightened the whole crafting section of the thrift store. I mean, they organized all the hoops and the rubber stamps, and they put all the magazines and craft books in nice, neat piles according to kind of theme, like things that had to do with flowers and this and that. And I was like, oh my gosh, wow, I'm gonna have to go through these all and dig everything. Couldn't find the cross-stitch magazines anywhere. They were all completely gone. So somebody bought those in just less than 24 hours. So I thought, oh, I hope the Paul-a-thon Quilt for All Seasons is still there. And I'm looking through, and there were probably, out of everything that I had put in a pile, there was only 3 or 4 Leisure Arts leaflets left. It was all Precious Moments was still there. There was a Christmas one, the ones with the mallards, and Paul-a-thon was still there. I was shocked. So I snatched that up, but I did get this one too. I grabbed it, even though at first glance I'm not sure that I will stitch anything out of it. At first glance I thought I'm gonna grab it. If anything, I'll do a giveaway on my blog, because there's a lot of cute Christmas ones there. But when I got home and started looking through it, there's some cute ones. I think I might stitch a few of these. So I can just quickly show you. So it's a Leisure Arts. It's called Fast and Festive Christmas Designs, and it doesn't seem to have a, oh, it says 1997 is the copyright. So, but I'm telling you, it doesn't even look like this thing has been opened. So here are some of the designs that are in it. And yeah, like I said, after looking at it, they're real cute, and they look really quick and easy to stitch up. So there's those. And then, what else does it have in it? The charts are really colorful and easy to read. I like charts that are in colors. Some people don't like it that way, but I do. So it's got basically a picture, and then it's got a whole bunch of charts. And then there's another page of pictures here in the center. I'll just show you, just in case anybody wants to look for this. I paid was it $2? $2.99 for this at the thrift store. So it almost has an Ursula Michaels feel to it, and I looked to see there is no designer name on it. It just says Leisure Arts, but oh, isn't that cute? The snowman and the Santa. I mean, yeah, these are cute. At first, I don't know why at first glance, they didn't appeal to me, but, you know, then I started thinking, yeah, they kind of have an Ursula Michaels look to them, and is it Ursula Michaels or Ursula Michael? I can never remember. Michaels, I think. Kind of has her snowman feel to it. Maybe not quite as detailed as hers, but, so there's this, and then there's one more page at the end. Oh no, just on the back, and this is what the back looks like. Those might be repeats of the ones in the middle, but it's showing you how they're displayed. A lot of cute finishing ideas too. So yeah, my first good, fun, sorry about that, my storage, had to free up some storage on my phone. I was about done anyway, but I did want to say I found another fun thing at the thrift store. I'm not usually one for collecting a bunch of different coffee cups because I just donate a bunch of stuff. I've been donating so many things lately that it's hard for me to actually buy some more stuff at the thrift store, but I found this, and I bought it even though I'm using it right now with some hot chocolate, peppermint hot chocolate. I got this for my son, my 14-year-old son, because he's kind of a Monopoly fanatic. Isn't that cup cute? So, yeah, he's got quite a few copies of Monopoly, the Monopoly game, and he really loves it. So, I just couldn't resist getting this cup for him. But I'm only drinking out of it now because I wanted to show you guys, and I was really thirsty for some peppermint hot chocolate. And yeah, it's November. It should be snowing, and I should be enjoying this hot chocolate while I'm watching the snow fall. But we have yet to have any snow, and it's like almost 70 degrees out today, and I'm still wearing my flip-flops, but I'm drinking hot chocolate though. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll check in a few days and hopefully have a finish on my bird. So okay, talk to you later. Bye. Hi guys, it's Thursday, November 10th, and I was just making a feeble attempt at cleaning my house when I got some happy mail. So I thought I would show you what I received from a stitching friend that lives here in my state. We have never actually met in person, but we chat, email, and Facebook and stuff like that. So she was destashing and she found some things that she thought she would offer me. So this is what I got by Shepherd's Bush. It's called Snow Patch, and I don't know if you can see. It's just a little sampler there with that's not a, I should have taken it out of the package, with some decorative stitches, and it's just as cute as can be. And she also sent me the fabric that she had planned to do it on when she stitched it, and it looks like it's 28 count coffee Jobelin, so I think I will use that. It's beautiful fabric. So I got that, and then she sent me these 4 autumn-based little quick stitches called Autumn Snapperland, and those are by Bent Creek, and they're just right up my alley, if you know me, in fall. So Autumn Walk, I think that was something about a pumpkin patch, obviously. The name is covered up. Harvest Time, I love that scarecrow. And then this one, which I'm just going to have to stitch ASAP because it's got turkeys on it, and it's called Turkey Farm. It's so cute since Thanksgiving's just right around the corner. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you those cute little things that I got, and nothing better than getting happy mail in the middle of cleaning your house. Hi guys, it's Saturday, November 12th, and I've been working on my November bird, which I plan on getting that finished up here in probably the next hour or so. I'll definitely have it done today, so then I'll come back and show you that. But I was out at Hobby Lobby because I had to get some floss colors, 645 that I needed for my bird, and while I was there, I decided to find this frame. I'd like to eventually hang this in our basement. We're going to have dark wood down there, so I looked and looked and looked, and I found some frames that had sort of the barnyard wood, which I was going to go for. And inevitably, I found this one. So I have my foam core, and I have my pins, and my project that's been washed and ironed, and my frame. And I'm going to attempt sometime today or tomorrow to frame this. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to try with the whole pinning lacing technique, but if it gets frustrating and I'm ending up like wanting to throw it out a window or something, then I'm going to just use, I really liked how McKenna framed her Halloween piece with the stuff you can buy, oh gosh, I can't think of the things. Not the matting, but yeah, I guess it's a matting, but anyway, it's tacky, so you just stick your needlework onto it and do it that way. So I may go with that route, but I do want to really learn how to do, this well. So I'm going to give it a try, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know if I'll permanently keep it in this frame. I'm not really in love with it. It does look pretty good on it. I tried it, so I don't know. You'll have to see what you think. Oh, I know what I didn't like about it is that it says it's 8 by 10, and I measured from this farthest stitch over to here to this farthest stitch over to here, and I think I got it was going to be just a little bit bigger than a little smaller than 8 by 10. So I thought, oh, it'll fit perfectly in an 8 by 10. But this one, it has sort of a, let me show you. It has this lip right here that's about, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch all the way around. So it actually, when I put it in there, it actually does cut off a little of my stitching, just ever so much there. Tiny bit down on the bottom, ever so slightly up here, and then just a little bit here. It sort of bugs me that it does that, but my husband says he thinks it looks great and that nobody but me would notice something like that. So we'll see. For now, I am going to frame this because I never frame anything, rarely. So I'm going to really try and get this framed. And if it's not perfect, it's just a frame, right? I can just pull it out and always get another frame for it. So I'm not going to let that those little issues stop me. So I'll check back with you probably tomorrow or Monday at the latest with a bird finish and a framed project, hopefully. And so we'll see how that goes. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, guys, it's been about 20 minutes since I filmed the video where I was going to frame my project, and I came downstairs and I got distracted, and I decided before this day was over I wanted to at least get started on Beading Gigi. So look there, guys, I put one bead in. Can you see it? And I'm getting ready to do a second one. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So I've decided that I'm gonna bead. She just doesn't, well, she has a lot of beading. Okay, I mean, not a lot, but I mean, she's got all this down here, and I think there's some up here and that. So I don't know, I just don't really have an idea how long that's going to take. So I just thought I would give that a try too, because I keep saying in this video that I was going to try to bead Gigi. So I figured I can't let this month go by without at least attempting it. So that's my attempt. Don't know if I'll get too much farther or not, but I'll check in maybe not tonight, but in my next video, I'll check in with Gigi, my finished bird, and my framed project. That's the hope anyway, unless I get distracted yet again. So we'll see how that goes. Hope you guys are having a good stitching Saturday. Talk to you later. Bye. Hi guys. Notice anything different about me? I'll give you a hint. I got my new glasses, or I should say I got glasses. They're not new, they're first time I've ever worn glasses. Like I mentioned in my previous post that my eyesight finally took a turn for the worse this last year, and I'm nearsighted, so I don't need them for cross-stitching, but I just need them for distance, and so, boy, I can really, when I look out, I can just see details so far. I can see all the leaves on the trees, and it's really good. They are taking some getting used to. The first day I could only wear them for about 15 minutes at a time, and I got them Friday, so it's, oh, I should probably say, I'm terrible about saying the date in this vlog. It's Monday, let's see, 13th? Is it November 13th, Monday? I don't know. I think it's the 13th. What was I saying? Oh, I'm so distracted. Oh, my glasses, yeah. So then I've been driving with them, you know, every time I went on a drive this weekend, I was able to wear them longer, and I was getting used to them. But then I decided to take them on a walk yesterday, and in the car they were okay because all I really needed to see was distance, and because they don't adjust my eyesight up close, I didn't really notice it. But when I went on a walk yesterday, for about a 30-minute walk, I wore them, because I should say that I don't know if you can tell, I'm sitting in front of a window, but they're the kind that turn into sunglasses when you go out in the sun. So, but I think when you're behind a window, it doesn't work. You have to actually be outside because they don't turn dark in the car. But I took them on a walk, and because you kind of look down a little bit to see where you're walking, that part was blurry when that part is normally clearer, I guess, and I'm used to the distance being blurry, so the distance looked good, but up close it wasn't. And after 30 minutes I got home, I was so car sick from it. After about an hour of just constantly feeling like I was going to hurl, I finally took some Dramamine, because it really messed my brain, because apparently it just messes with your brain to, you know, change something like that. So I'm not going to wear them now because I have to look down and show you guys all this wonderful goodness that I have. So I just thought I'd show that I've got glasses. Yeah, I feel smarter with them. I don't know if they actually make me smarter, but at least I feel smarter. Okay, anyway, let's get back into that. I got this cool little case to keep them in too, so. All right, I had such a productive stitching weekend, and actually, I was thinking back, I've had a really productive stitching month, and I think that it has to do with the fact that I did this stitching vlog, because I think this is my most productive stitching month that I've had all year long, and I just felt like it made me more accountable, because I was saying what I was going to be working on in the next few days, and so I kind of felt like, well, I better work on that, otherwise I'm not going to be able to show it, and it's not going to be a good vlog, it's going to be boring or whatever, even though I don't really feel that way when I watch vlogs. I love when you guys talk about life. I love when you talk about stitching. It might not be everybody's cup of tea to like to do the vlogs. They might just want you to get in and, you know, in 10 minutes show your stitching and be done with it. But I enjoy watching these, so that's why I thought I would try to make one. But I'm not going to make one for this next month, because as much as I enjoyed it and I loved it and I got a ton of stitching done, I felt that it sort of made me prioritize my stitching a little bit higher than it maybe should be in my life, and I really, you know, don't need that in November. I don't need that around Thanksgiving time and Christmas time. I really just want to relax and stitch when I can fit it in and not have to feel like, you know, like I've got to get things done so I can show it on my videos. So that's my plan is, and I don't know if I'll do a month-long stitching like this again or just an update. I don't know. I'm going to just play it by ear and see where it takes me. So let's get on with the stitching. I think that was the only thing I had to talk about as far as that goes, in case I forgot to say that at the end. But I got my bird done, and I just love this cute little bird. So cute. Little tufted titmouse. I do not get these in my yard, even though I do know they're in my area, and I maybe have gotten them and just wasn't looking out my window at the time, but so cute. I don't think there's much to say about this other than the fact that these weren't pine cones. Remember I said I thought they were pine cones? I mean, you can kind of, I mean, if it's just the chart and not the picture, you can kind of see that they kind of have a shape like that. Might have been a pine cone and they were brown, but no, they ended up just being these really beautiful brown leaves. And yeah, not much to say about that one. The bird is a little tiny, and you know, they don't take long, but they always take a little longer than I think they're going to take. Especially these, the back stitching in the wings is probably the most tedious part of this, and you know, it does have some fractional stitches in there, but I only have one more of these to do, guys, and I'm going to be sad to see them come to an end. But I'll talk about that when I talk about my plans for December. So I got that done, and I think the last video I was mentioning also that I was going to attempt to do framing. So I did frame my piece, but I'm not 100% happy with it. First of all, I should say it's very easy. I used TaraC's pinning technique, and I'll link her video below. And because when I went to Hobby Lobby to look for the frame that I showed you, and I told you I was going to have an issue with it maybe being cut off a little bit, the stitching being cut off. So my husband swears he loves the way it looks, and he has a really critical eye for that kind of thing. And so, you know, I don't know yet that I can live with it. I'm thinking about reframing this some other time and adding a mat to it and maybe finding another frame. But for now, I'm just going to call it framed, and I'm going to hang it up and enjoy it. And we all know I'll probably never reframe it, right? Once it gets hung up. So anyway, that's what I tell myself to make me be able to live with it. But it's not bad. It's just, I just don't know. I just feel bad cutting the stitching off because the way the pattern is, well, I'll just show you while I'm talking. So here, it's a wooden frame that's kind of, our basement is going to have, this basement, when we get it done, the 10-year project, it's going to have dark wood, we've decided. So let me show you up close. This is wood that's kind of been distressed and scraped off a little bit there. So, you know, I mean, it wasn't expensive, guys. It was at Hobby Lobby for $19.99, so 20 bucks, and it was 50% off. So I paid 10 bucks for this frame. And that's how it looks. So it doesn't have any museum glass or anything fancy in it. It's just got the glary glass, but I do love it. I love the way it looks. I just don't know, tiny bit of this, well, okay, I chose not to cut this tree off, so I ended up cutting a little more on this side because when I had this scooted over, there was too much white space on this side and less on this, and it didn't really balance out. So I pushed this over a little bit, and even my husband said, he's like, oh, you got, about the same amount of white space there as you do there, a little bit here to kind of balance that off. And yeah, I think the tip of this tree is cut off a tiny bit, but I love it though. I'm proud of myself that I actually framed something significant, and I just love this piece so much. I do not want to put it away and forget about it. And I did the pinning, and it was really easy. I put it on the board and I did pins, and because it didn't need to, there wasn't space around it that I had to make sure was even, so I put the pins in, and then I stuffed it in this frame, and it fit so snugly in there that I really just didn't have to do much. I just kind of folded the extra fabric around the back. The date on it too, if you can see down there. I just put the year. I thought that looked like a good spot for it. But the back, like we all say, when the frames aren't deep and you put that foam core, because it's thicker, it sticks out. So I just did some duct tape, some black duct tape around this just to hold it. So there's no tape actually touching the stitching or anything. I just, just to keep it sealed, but you can see how it kind of sticks out just a little bit. It's kind of got that, it's kind of, bulging there a little bit. But yeah, nobody sees the back. And I wanted to make it easy to get to again when I reframe it, right? So there was no tape, nothing permanent done. It's pinned, it's not laced or anything like that. So yeah, and I like that it's got this, so you can set it on the tabletop if you would like. So there you go, Glory of Autumn. I know I've enabled a lot of people to stitch this, so what are you guys waiting for? Get stitching it. You know who you are. Anyway, I just loved it. Sad to see it come to an end stitching, but happy that I get to stare at it in a frame. And the other thing I was talking about too is that I was getting ready to stitch I put some beads in Gigi. I did a little clip for that. And guys, I don't know why I put it off for so long. It didn't take me any time at all to put the beads in Gigi, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved it, and I can't wait to do more beads. I don't know why I thought I would. I don't know why I thought it would take long. I guess I thought she had more beads than she did, and that it was just going to be tedious. But okay, let's get close there so you can see. I don't want it. My camera doesn't focus really good in the really up close, but so she's got the beads around her neck and kind of hanging down behind. Some beads right there with her broom. These were kind of weird. I don't know if I like these big beads in here. I don't know. I almost left them out and just replaced them with more beads. They lay funny, and the other beads are so sparkly, and these almost kind of have a dull finish on them. You can see down here, a little string of beads. I really wish I could get a close-up of that and have it focus, but I'm still not happy with the back stitching of the skin that I did. Her hand just looks kind of funky to me right there, that part. But I don't know, I did it just like it was stitched. I did iron her, and I was going to ask you guys, can you wash, it's DMC, and this was milk chocolate linen, and I don't remember who it was from, so I don't know if, I don't think it was hand-dyed. I don't know, it's just, I don't know if it's the color of it, but you could see this thing, it practically stands up by itself. It's so stiff, and I did iron her, but there's some wrinkles that just aren't quite coming out. This thing is so stiff. So, can I wash this, guys, after it has the beads on it? Will it look good, or should I just, there's like a wrinkle, right? You can see going across the top. Right here, see that wrinkle? I steamed it, I did everything, and it just would not come out. So, I would like to wash this, so let me know, guys, if I could wash it, and will this soften up a little bit. But I'm so happy that I got her done. I don't know why I didn't do it before Halloween. It took me, I don't know, we watched a couple of shows. What am I watching? Designated Survivor, and yeah, I had a productive weekend, but I stayed up late. I was like up past 2 a.m. stitching this past weekend. I really need to stop doing that. So, but we were watching that, and you know, I think during a couple of shows is all it took me to get this done. I put it off all summer, thinking it's going to be hard, and then, you know, I'm probably going to run into problems. Oh, I know what was stalling me was because I didn't know what kind of thread I wanted to use underneath it, because I hated using the invisible thread. So around her skin, I just used skin color thread for these beads right around her neck. And then for this, I just used that same brown that I backstitched her skin in, which it called for gray to backstitch her skin, and I didn't like the way that looked, so I just found a brown that was close to this color, and I used that to stitch those. And then I ended up using just black for these and black for this, and then back down to the brown again for that, and it just really wasn't any issue at all. And I really don't think it really matters what kind of thread you use, because you really can't see it. I guess I thought it would be really noticeable, but it's really not. So see how that bead keeps wanting to go to the side? Got a mind of its own. But yeah, I kind of stalled on that when I should have just did it. So if you're stalling on yours because of that, take my word for it. Just stitch with anything. It'll look fine. Okay, so that's all of my finishes, and some FOs this month I've really gotten, and an FFO. So excited about that. Quickly, just to wrap this bad boy up so I can get it posted online. Because when I finished all that, I looked around and cleaned out my whips and thought, what do I have that I could finish? Because I think I mentioned before, I'm not really officially in the year of whips. I joined Soulful Stitching Facebook group, but I don't have a partner. I didn't actually fully sign up for it, so I'm kind of just doing it kind of an independent. I'm really trying to tackle some of my whips without officially being, you know, too committed to it. So I looked and thought, what else can I get done that's kind of close to finishing? And I forgot all about this Happy Everything. So I pulled that out again. And I'm really trying to love my Q-snaps, guys. I'm a hoop girl, but I stitched Gigi on this, and she pretty much stayed on it until I finished it. And I thought, you know, I'm going to put something else on those Q-snaps. But they get heavy, and they're kind of big. I just don't know. Still, the jury's still out on what I feel about Q-snaps. But so I'm not going to take it out of this, but you could see that I've gotten that done. And last night I started stitching Halloween. So I'm working on the pumpkins and that, but not too much more to do. I've done all this back stitching all along, so I just have this section to do and the back stitching. And I really think I could get that done this month, so, or before my next update. I'd like to get it done before the end of the year. So I don't think much to say about that. I did add a flag. I looked at, I think it was one of my past issues of some magazine. I can't remember where I had a flag, but I sort of looked at some different flags and sort of came up, did a little mishmash of a couple different ones and just stuck an American flag in there because that's where 4th of July would fall. So that's all there is to say about that. This is by Imaginating Incorporated, Inc. or something is, yes, and it was a kit. And this will be the last time I stitch on 14 count Ada. It's so, I don't know, I just am not happy with the coverage after working on smaller counts of fabric. I just don't, okay, forget I said that, because that might not be true. So don't hold me to that. I just don't prefer it, but I'm not gonna go so far as to say I'll never stitch on it again. I just prefer smaller count fabrics because I just don't feel like I get good coverage. But okay, so did that, and I did forget to say, because I always do, that the birds of the month are from Stony Creek, and that my Glory of Autumn that I showed earlier framed was a Dimensions, and I don't know if it was a Dimensions Gold or just a Dimensions, and this of course is by Nora Corbett, and her name is Gigi. So you may have already known that, but in case you're new to Flosstube or new to those patterns, I need to remember not everybody always knows what everything's from. So this one was Happy Everything by Imaginating. And many, many people are stitching it. Plans for December, I'm going to pull out my Santa's Feathered Friend. And I will get that finished this year because there's not much left, and I'll show you where I'm at with that. And so I just have his body left to do and the back stitching that's in this area, and then he'll be done, and I really, really, really will finish him this year. I'm actually really excited to get to it. But I'm gonna wait. I think I'll wait till December 1st to start that because I want to get Imaginating done if I can. And then I showed you this book earlier in the video, and I forgot. I was like, I don't know who the designers are. It says right there, Design Works is who the designer are. Once I saw that, I'm like, oh yeah, of course, it totally looks like Design Works. So I did want to mention that and in case anybody was interested in purchasing this book online or something, or tracking it down. So yes, it's Design Work Crafts. So I might stitch something out of there, don't know. I'm leaving that as a very loose plan. Am I going to stitch anything out of here? Maybe. I really want to do maybe a Mill Hill kit too, because I just really I ignited my love for beading again when I was working on Gigi. So I have two Mill Hill kits that I don't have with me right now. One is the Nuthatch and one is the Chickadee, and they're the buttons and beads, the little bit bigger ones. I may work on one of those just because that will get me to beading quicker than a Mirabilia or another Nora Corbett would. So I might do either a small Mill Hill ornament or two, or I might work on one of those. As you can see, my plans are very loose. I'm sort of leaving it open. This magazine here, lots of cute ones, but I did flag a couple that I thought I might stitch. I love this Sunflower Santa, and I just was watching somebody's video. They're stitching it. What is her name? She's a new Flosstuber. The Trodden Trail. And I think her name is Kathleen, but don't quote me on that. I'll link her channel below. And so I love that. I actually really love all the Santas on here, but the ones I think I can actually see myself stitching is definitely this one, and I love this little guy right here. He's cute. Right there. And we can all recognize that as being a Prairie Schooler. I've never stitched Prairie Schooler, but I have seen so many people collecting their patterns that I just know them instantly when I see them. I don't know why they have never called to me. I don't own a single Prairie Schooler pattern, and I don't have any desire to go out and get one before they're all gone. I don't know why. Oh, this guy's cute too. You know what? He might have been the one I wanted to stitch. Look at that little deer. So cute. Oh, I maybe have to stitch that one. That one's really cute. Okay, that, and then on this page, this is the little snowman page. I really want to stitch that one right there, the little snowman with the blue birds and the birdhouse. See that okay? Really cute. And I think I had one more on this page. Oh, that one. The one with the little curled up fox sleeping. Isn't that cute? It says peace. He's cute. You know, seems like everybody's loving the fox, the foxies, the fox now. I think it used to be owls. Everybody loves owls, but I think, I don't know, owls should be worried. I think they're being replaced by fox. Fox. How do you say foxes in plural? Foxes? Foxi? Fox? Foxes. We'll call it foxes. I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay, and this, oh, I'm sorry, that was Just Cross Stitch 2016 Christmas ornament. And then I also get the Just Cross Stitch, just their December issue. And out of this one, actually surprisingly enough, one thing I saw that was cute is this one that's on the back, and it's, I think, free. You can get it online. It's on, Sullivan's Floss. I think if you go to sullivansusa.net, I have to look if it's free. They said it was available as a download, but that's cute, isn't it? So, and And I think I only bookmarked one other thing in this. I saw some cute things in here, but I only bookmarked things that I just really want to try to stitch this year. And although I don't really care for this whole quilt, I did want to stitch this Santa right here. Is it focusing? It's just like a little red work. I don't know if you call it red. I call it red work because it's in red thread. Black work, red work, you know, I don't really know the difference. It's backstitched, you know. And yeah, I didn't really, the other ones didn't appeal to me as much, but I thought that Santa just by itself would be cute. So, because when I woke up this morning, my imaginating was upstairs and I was downstairs and I wanted to stitch something, and I looked near me and I had some scrap fabric and I had some red floss, which is not the red that Santa calls for, because it calls for 321, and all I had next to me was 666, which is, I think, Christmas red. Which it's a little bit brighter, but anyway, I thought, you know what, this right here is a whip that I had started. Okay, so I don't have much space left on my phone, so I got to finish this up. So long story short, I did start stitching that Santa this morning because this was an old whip that I decided was going to be a UFO. It's actually was vintage postcard, I think it was called. I don't know. I just never really liked that one, so I'm going to salvage this fabric for some other smalls. So I did start stitching this Santa, and I had actually gotten a little farther done with some of the black work, and I had made a mistake because I actually made his hat one row too narrow, so I'm going to have to adjust his face a little bit. I don't know how, but I did all this just while watching one episode of The Crown. I started watching that, so I watched episode 1 of that, and I'm gonna finish working on that. I'm gonna have to wind this up though and get this uploaded. So I just want to thank you all for sticking with me. If you did watch this whole thing, feel free to give me your likes or your dislikes, or, you know, give me opinions one way or another, whether or not you thought this was too long, too short. I don't care. Just lay it on me. I would love to hear your thoughts. I want to thank everybody for all the likes and the loves, the Insta love that you give me on Instagram. And I appreciate you all, my subscribers. I really enjoy making these videos and watching your videos, and so I would love to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate that. And in case I don't see you before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever all those holidays that everybody celebrates. I just would love to wish you all happy holidays if I don't see you before then, and happy stitching. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.